ShivaPurana, Rudra Samhita, Srishti. Brahma told about the creation, and if certain imperfections appeared in the creation and caused frustration and discontentment to the Creator, a request to Lord Shiva was adequate. In due course of time, when he created sky, air, fire, water and earth and time and its different segments and various other essential elements to make it complete, he still did not get satisfaction and so concentrated on Lord Shiva. With the blessings of the Supreme Lord, he created sages Marichi, Bhrigu, Angira, Pulha, Pulsatya, Vasistha, Kratu, Atri, Prajapati Daksa and Narda. Sage Kardama also appeared as he thought of him. Brahma felt extremely happy with the creation. Brahma continued to meditate on the Supreme Lord and wanted satisfactory outcome in the process of creation. He recalled the words of Mahadev. Mahadev had told him, "O Lord, I shall not create living beings free from the fear of birth and death because they will be under the effect of karmas and shall always experience sufferings and live in the oceans of agonies. In fact, I shall liberate created beings who would suffer because of karmas. I shall be Guru of all suffering beings and provide greatest knowledge so that they cross the sea of distress and affliction they shall encounter on earth. Therefore, you give birth to created beings drowned in the sea of sufferings. If you are inclined to obey my instructions, delusory powers, Maya will not keep you under control, will not tie you up and so would begin the process of creation." Afterward, Brahma told Narda about the creation of sky, air, fire, water and earth, mountains, oceans, vegetation etc. He produced varied material of creation and destruction, but he was not satisfied. Then he meditated on Shivashamphu and created human beings equipped with many qualities of resources and means. Out of the eyes, he created Marichi, from heart he formed Bhrigu, from head it was Angira, from Vyanvayu he created the greatest monk Pulha, from Udan Vayu Pulsatya emerged, from Smana Vayu and Apan Vayu Vasistha and Kratu took birth respectively. Atri took birth from ears. Daksa from Prana and from lap Narda took birth, he continued to tell Narda. Monk Kardama emerged out of shadow and thereafter, Dharma in the figure of man became source of inspiration to devotees in search of objective. Brahma did not stop. From different limbs of body, Brahma brought out gods, and in the form of sons created asuras etc. and produced many sons and bestowed on them different bodies and figures. On Lord's, Sankara, inspiration, he divided body into two parts. Half of the body became a woman and half was of purusa. Now, the man through the womb of woman gave birth to a man, and a woman man was Swayambhuva Manu, and the woman was Satarupa, a woman of tapa and yoga. Manu held attributes of divinity. Later, Satarupa and Manu, as the Lord wished, loved each other like human beings, made love and began to produce children, and thus, creation started taking shape and it increased through sons and daughters of the divine couple. They had sons Priyavrata and Uttampada and three daughters Akuti Davahuti and Prasuti, and they were married to Prajapati Ruchi, Kardama and Prajapati Daksa respectively. Ruchi Akuti gave birth to Yajna and Daksina, a couple, and they produced 12 sons. Kardama through Davahuti had many daughters. Prasuti gave birth to 24 daughters. Daksha married off Shraddha and 13 daughters to Dharma. Now, one witnessed no pause in the increase in population, and so the divine design reached its predestined goal. Then he told holy names of spouses of every creation. Thus, the creation animate or inanimate filled the entire three lokas. On the desire of Mahadev, the consort of Ambika, Parvati, based on the nature of karmas of previous life, the noble souls as Brahmans took birth. In due course of time, one learns that Daksha had 60 daughters. Out of them 10 were married to Dharma as already told, 27 daughters married Chandrama, and after proper rituals, 13 were married to sage Kashyapa, whose children filled the entire three worlds, whether in motion or stationary. Brahma further told that all the gods of heavens, Daityas, trees, other vegetation, birds, mountains, creepers, etc. are offspring of Kashyapa's consorts, and even in the subterranean worlds, children of Kashyapa live and flourish. Again, on the request of gods of heavens, Shiva appeared in the image of Parvati, and after rigorous tapa, she attained Shiva as a holy spouse. Later, goddess Shiva took birth as Sati, married Sankara, and in ages after, she jumped into fire, and so, she attained the supreme status, when Daksha her father did not respect Shiva, the Lord. However, on the request of gods of heavens, she took birth as Parvati. People know her through different names, and therefore, Parvati is Kalika, Chandika, Bhadrakali, Durga, Bhagwati Jaya, Amba, and so on. All forenames are symbolic of virtues and qualities, and if devotion to the goddess or goddesses is sincere and honest, they bless created beings with joys of life and ultimately lead them to the path of moksha. The description is quite brief, and if one wishes to go into detail, he ought to look into the original text. Brahma modestly told that the entire cosmos and created beings came into existence because of the blessings of Shiva, the Parabrahma Paramatma. Blessings of Shiva granted the status of Kuber to Yagyadutta Kumara, who later enjoyed friendly alliance of Shiva. Afterward, Shiva went to mountain Kailas.